beautiful souls and spiritual gangsters. It's your girl P, the Spiritual G. I'm here for some Friday messages for the collective. Now, please keep in mind general messages are just that, they are general. All right, so we're going to take what applies and we're going to let the rest fly. All right, so just doing my per usual cleansing because energy has been thick. It has been very thick. So want to just cleanse the space and then get into the reads. I always have my crystals nearby, preferably touching my skin because I love crystals. I don't care what anybody says. Crystals are my jam. If I had you know, a surplus of finances to spend, it would definitely be on crystals, plants, other natural remedies. Take some of this. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's get into some general messages. Sphinx, what is good? Happy Friday. How are you? Welcome, welcome. How's everything going? I just like to breathe it in, get some of that antibacterial properties here. Let me see which deck is calling out. Which deck is calling out? All right, Soul's Journey. Soul's Journey. We'll see what kind of night it is at work now. Okay, okay. On the grind, I get it. Thanks for joining on your, on your shift. Like work. Whew. It's been quite a week for that. It has been quite a week. And I read it and I was like, it looks like all right. So I'm gonna just, assume that's what you meant. So just doing a general read per usual. If anybody has any questions, just drop it in the comments and I will answer in the order received. We'll see what kind of night it is. If we got like a lot of, people coming to chill. I've been good. I can't complain. I'm here. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. It's Friday, so that always brings like a certain energy. It's like Friday energy just feels like different from everybody else. Hey, Nisi. Hey, gorgeous. What's up? What's up? I'm sorry, Iljard. I don't like mispronouncing people's names, but it happens sometimes. So please excuse if I mispronounce your name. We are doing some tarot and oracle reads. Yes, indeed. What your green says, hi, can you please show me what you're supposed to do? I don't understand that question. What do you mean? Right now I'm just doing a general read. Let's see what words pop out. This is a general read for the collective. So if it resonates, cool. If not, that just means it's not for you. And that's okay. That is all right. Start with the messages you have for the the collective. That didn't take long. Relationships. Um, what's going on there? Oh, patience. Oh, okay. Relationships and patience, and both yellow. Starting out with the mellow yellow energy today. Perseverance showing up here, and also gratitude. That's always a message that I like to make sure that people understand. Have gratitude. Okay, whatever is going on, I understand circumstances could be, not so great or not as good as you would like, but gratitude and having that, you know, ability to just give thanks always, always, always. Okay. No, I don't predict fate. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. That is not how tarot works. Okay. One day I'm going to do probably actually probably this Sunday. Go to the next slide, please. Probably this Sunday I'm gonna do a live just talking about, you know, what tarot is and what it isn't. Okay, because there's a lot of misconceptions, there's a lot surrounding tarot and oracle that, you know, definitely needs to be addressed. But whoever this message is for, somebody needs more patience in the relationships. This doesn't have to be just romantic, it just means in general. You know, you may have had like a cycle where people were either in and out of your life, or, you know, things just not flowing. Maybe you're, you know, waiting for your tribe to come in. Maybe you're waiting for your soulmate to come in. Whatever the case may be, patience is needed. Okay. Because patience says, I accept that everything happens in divine order. Okay. So always please remember that divine timing is at play, and it is also based on your decisions. Okay, that's a lot of what happens with tarot and oracle, because free will absolutely will influence your readings. All right, let's see what comments I see. Questions coming in. So no, this is not a prediction of fate. This is a reading of energy, and I tap into guides, messages, things that maybe you need to hear, messages you need to hear that either you've been ignoring, because we all get intuitive hits, we all get messages and synchronicities, but a lot of times people ignore it. All right, Sphinx wants to know, what do my ancestors have to tell me tonight? Okay, okay, let's see, let's see. Okay, Sphinx and then Nisi. So Nisi, stick around, please and thank you. And Noor, I will take you third. All right, let's tap in for Sphinx. Ancestral messages. Ooh. All right, let's go with the angel exec. And I'll do some tarot. Let's tap in for Sphinx, please, and thank you, Spirit. What messages do Sphinx's ancestors have at this time? Please and thank you. Messages. Sphinx ancestors have. Okay. Now, vulnerability and freedom. First to come out here. I should have actually taken a peek of what was trying to peek out there, because sometimes there are little messages that want to make themselves known, but not part of your like main message. Ooh, okay. And guardian angel. You're definitely protected. Like you may feel, I'm getting a feeling of anxiousness and slight paranoia. I don't know if you maybe have been walking around feeling like you're not really like that protected, or maybe you just feel a little out of touch, maybe a little bit. But your angels are with you. All right, your guides, your ancestors, they are with you, and they pray for you heavy. Okay, your team prays for you heavy. Okay, they want you to feel more like this, because you may have like, whatever it is that you do, like your day to day, you may not have a lot of moments where you can feel free and you can feel vulnerable. All right, so they are definitely encouraging you. Signs and reminders coming on the underneath here. They want to encourage you to do more things that make you feel more free, encourage you to be more vulnerable with those that you feel you can trust. This is not a call to, just walk up to anybody and be like, this is what's going on. No. Okay. to people that you trust or people that you get good energy from. All right, definitely don't be afraid to open up. Don't be afraid to, initiate conversation. Anything else for Spencer this time? Oh, okay. Couple more messages. Surrender. Yeah. And take a step back. Oh, what is that about? I actually want to compassion showing up. Give yourself more compassion as well. I just got that message. Give yourself more compassion. I'm getting more like a lot with the nervous system here. And that may be because you're not giving yourself that grace and compassion that you need. Because it's like, it's just feeling like, I don't know, I just feel like a little, some anxiousness. All right, let's talk about this. Take a step back, though. What is that about? Let's get some messages on take a step back. What is it that needs to take a step back from? I mean, the surrender thing is like, the message of surrender, that's just to be able to, like, again, with the nervous system, I feel like more like that's more like saying relax more. Find, again, more things that you can do to calm your nervous system, that'll help you relax, that'll help you just, unwind, because there's like, oh, this hurt. You mean, when's the last time you got like a massage? I'm feeling like right here. That just like tweaked just now. All right, take a step back. What is that about? Seven of Swords energy. What is that? Seven of Swords. Take a step back. Okay, Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups, and Five of Wands energy. All right, so Seven of Swords can talk about like not so well-intended energy. Sometimes it's referred to as like sneaky energy, underhanded, manipulative. I'm not saying that's you, but you may have an energy around you like that, because we have the Knight of Cups like kind of wedged in between these two kind of not so great energies. The Five of Wands is like competition, people feeling like they need to compete with you, or maybe you feel like you need to compete with others. Take it how it applies. All right, but the Knight of Cups wedged in between is like somebody that presents themselves as, very like, nice, that vulnerable type that says the right things, but their energy says something different. Okay, so if you know who I'm talking about, take a step back from them. Okay, because it does not look like they have good intentions for you. All right, so we have the Nine of Pentacles energy showing up on the bottom here. You may need to take some time to yourself, just to do, again, I'm getting the strong message of doing things that make you happy, that can relax you. Okay, this is the message that I'm getting from your ancestors. Like whatever's going on in your nervous system, just like woosah a little bit more. Ooh, spot on. There we go. Hello to everybody that is popping in. So yes, all right. So watch out for this person, this Knight of Cups. A lot of people like to associate signs. I'm not really like a sign person. It's more about energy. It could be a water sign because of the cups, but that's not necessarily the case. Just somebody that appears to be emotionally intelligent when underneath it's like, So yeah, so that is your message. That is your message. Because yeah, I want, whenever like something like this comes, the other messages are pretty, straightforward, but something like this, it's like, all right, take a step back from what? Oh, so yeah, I needed to look deeper into that, but yeah. You're very welcome. As always, I appreciate you. All right, so let's see if Nisi, are you still here? Nisi wanted to know, what can I expect in the month of May and June? Well, May is halfway complete, but you know, we have like a good month and a half span. It's reasonable. Just want to make sure you're still here before I jump into all that. So Nisi, just give a wave or something if you're still in the chat. If not, I'm going to see if Noor is still present. And Sarah Marie, I see your question, or your inquiry, I should say. If you want to stick around, I would be happy to take your inquiry. Okay. Not sure. I don't think Nisi is still here. She comes back, and we can definitely take her. Nor are you still present? I hope I'm saying that right. Okay. Will Uncle Raja Tier select me for his son? Okay. All right, let's take a look. All right, Spirit, let's type in for Noor, please, and thank you. Let's type in for Noor. Will be selected for Uncle Raja's son. There's a lot coming. Okay. A few just popped out here, but I'm not going to take all that. I'm not going to take all that. I'm going to, because sometimes it's my clumsy shuffling. So if I do see what I saw just now come out again, I know for sure. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. We do have a couple of high priestesses. I'm going to put this aside, but I don't like it when like a cluster of cards comes out. We do have love showing up here, but also denial and listening. High priestess of air and high priestess of fire accompanying that. And again, a sandwich of high priestess energy. There's like, okay, right off the bat, I'm not getting that it's just this person that is making the final call here. There's a couple of hands in this decision, and they're all debating. But love is present here. So it's like, it's not, there's no ill will, no bad intent. You know, this is not something that is, you know, being decided on unfairly. I feel like there's a very unbiased and very balanced energy to this. And this is what I saw before, letting go. All right, so it came out kind of in the reverse. So it's the case that it could be a case where this might not be the route for you. It might. Let's see what else comes out here. Why letting go? What's letting go about? Fragment. Fragmented energy usually means that, you know, it's either you don't know everything that you need to know to make an informed decision, or that there's like pieces of information out there. You're only getting like certain pieces of this, or you're only getting like, you know, very fragmented information, very fragmented like viewpoint when it comes to this situation. Like, you don't know all the ins and outs here. Okay, another high priestess energy. High priestess of spirit. This feels like your energy. Very free spirited, very free flowing. This is actually very very similar to High Priestess of Air energy. Okay, so High Priest of Air energy, whether you're an air sign or not, it's about like high intellect, all right? Very go with the flow, very logical. Okay, so in that case, with you having this type of energy, having this free spirit, this this sounds like something where it doesn't resonate with your energy. Like what you're asking about this situation is like not is not like aligning with your energy here. Let me I'm switching over decks now. I'm going to ask what the advice is for you because yeah, a lot of questions are come in the case where you want to know how somebody is going to proceed with you, but the thing is you should really get the advice as far as how you should move because it's about what's best for you, your best course of action, your best path to take here, the advice that your guides and ancestors have for you. Because when you try to kind of like peek in on other people's decision, it doesn't really like help you out in that case because it's like, is that what's best for you? So Spirit, what is Nora's advice here when it comes to this situation? And I just basically flipped around some cards, but it's okay. They come out reversed. I will deal. What is Nora's advice here when it comes to this situation? What is the advice for Nora? Remember when I said you didn't have all the information? Oh, dropping cards. Confusion coming out here. Uncertain, unclear, unsure. As you should be, because there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. With all these cards coming out in like one shot, like for the first first deck. Okay. We have running. Ghosting, disappearing, invisible. Why do I feel like this is what you want to do? Like you don't necessarily want to be like you don't necessarily want this to be your situation, but you feel there's like a feeling of obligation here. But when this is what I asked as far as advice. So if your advice is to run, whew, okay. What is the advice here for Nora? What is the advice? Oh, we got Divine Feminine, which I'm not surprised with all these High Priestess energies. You are absolutely in Divine Feminine energy. All right, so you're wearing your crown. You are wearing your crown. All right, we have healing. We also have mistakes. All right, mistakes was actually the first one that came out. Misunderstood, victim, lost soul. All right, with that energy in healing, which says releasing, purifying, cleansing, very similar to letting go. Again, I got that instinct, that that message that this is not necessarily what you want to do, but it feels like an obligation. Okay, so don't be that lost soul that just goes with what you are told or what you feel obligated to do. Okay, because that is never going to be the path suggested from your guides ever. They're going to tell you do what resonates with your soul. Okay, whatever you need to do that's going to facilitate any kind of healing and make you feel at peace and make you feel like you belong and make you feel like you're living your most authentic life. That's what you do. All right, so you want to know if you are going to be chosen. All right, that was your initial question. But when I initially shuffled, the first group of cards that came out in the middle was denial. But the thing is, I think I don't think you would be mad at that because it feels like you're not sure what you even want to do yet. And that's okay. You know, you're still figuring some things out. You're still, you know, trying to figure out a path, but don't just go with something just because. You know, I understand tradition and culture can be very forceful and very intrusive, but people have choices here. People absolutely have choices. So, yeah. In the center of this is denial. So, short answer, but that is the highest and greatest path for you. Okay, take this as a blessing. Take this as your opportunity to switch gears. Okay, so this, yes, a blessing in disguise. Where is it? Boundaries, no. Drawing the line, enough is enough. Live your life. All right, live your life how you want to live. All right, but I wish you the best either way. Nisi, you back. No, I didn't do your reading because I asked for you and you were not responding. So I had to go into the next inquiry, but I will absolutely do your reading now. I'm the lead. It's okay. That is all right. You're very welcome. Hearts right back to you. Best wishes with everything. Hi, Marion. Yes, you absolutely may. Just want to make sure I get to everybody else that has asked a question first. All right. So, Anisu, let me just scroll back up for your question. Okay. What can I expect in the month of, well, the rest of May and for June? Okay. Let's use tarot. Let's use tarot. All right, Spirit. Let's tap in for Nisi, please, and thank you. What is happening for the rest of May and the month of June? Let me see what's happening. Rest of May for the month of June. Okay. Ace of Swords, first and foremost. Oh, with Judgment showing up at the bottom here. Ooh, some truths maybe spilled. Some major decisions maybe made, or you're looking to make some major decisions. The way that that flew, I wish I had like a wide angle lens on this. Oh, we got lovers. We got lovers showing up here. All right, now let me just break down what the lovers means. Are actually both the Ace of Swords and the lovers. The Ace of Swords is the ace of the swords. What is it called? Suit. You got your sword of truth here. You're basically, it's a new beginning in sense, but when it comes to truth and information. All right, so you may be uncovering some truths. You may have some truths that you have been waiting to say, and you may decide, okay, this is the time to say it. All right, it may involve a love situation here with the lovers. It doesn't have to, because the lovers ultimately is not just about love relationships. It's making a choice and sometimes choosing between two people. All right, so we do have the Emperor showing up here. So a lot of majors. I think, and I think you feel this too. This is like a very symbolic and pinnacle time for you to make moves. This is like what I'm getting here. That this is like, and you feel instinctually to make certain changes in your life right now. What else can we see expect for the rest of May? Okay. Another major strength energy here. I'm going to ask for some clarifiers on these because when it comes to majors, it's like, yeah, and this many too. Like I said, like this is a very interesting time for you. It's a very interesting season. There may be a lot going on, or you feel energetically that there's a lot going on. Ooh, okay. See, Judgment wanted to pop out again. I love it when repeats show up. Absolutely love it. Because it just says, yep. What else for me to see? All right, Four of Swords. Take more time out to like what's that, the three R's, rest, relax, release, that kind of thing, where you're just like, you're more so taking up I just heard taking up space for yourself, because there's a lot that takes space in your life, maybe people that take space, that take a lot of your energy. You need to take some of that back. All right, you need to take some of that back. And that could also be indicative of strength too, because strength sometimes it means like, you've been kind of like being a warrior, you're, in your fire element energy, where, you're just like powering through a lot of things, and you feel like, both eyes are closed here, as well as eyes are, basically all the eyes are closed, and Lovers, and have you been having like very either weird or vivid dreams? Because this is like a lot of eyes closed. But we have the Nine of Pentacles here. So good energy. I feel like your summer is going to start off like with a pretty good bang, where it's like, you're going to be able to show up and show out in different ways. Let me get a couple of clarifiers. This is okay. We're talking about in the range, because this is kind of like laid out in a timeline. All right, so Ace of Swords is the first thing that came out. All right, so this stands for like present energy when it comes to any kind of truth that you may be wanting to either explore, speak, or receive. Okay, this is the time to do it. All right, so whatever truth that you need to uncover or speak, do it this month. All right, and again, when it comes to, it may be with a lover situation, it may be with a relationship, it may be with a choice, trying to decide which direction to take when it comes to a relationship. All right, now your guides are urging you, which I just heard very clearly, make the best decision, not based off of physicality, but how you feel. Because whoever this is representing, whoever or option that might come in, they're going to be, they're going to be pleasing to the eye, but you have to make sure that you are really sussing them out. Okay, use your sword of truth here. Ask the important questions. Okay, because I'm getting that you have not been asking the real important questions when it comes down to relationships. All right, let's get some clarifiers on these. In particular, I would like clarifiers for strength and judgment, because the rest is pretty. Actually, let me get for the Lovers too. All the majors. Let's get clarifiers for the majors. Please clarify Lovers, please. What is the Lovers about? What is the Lovers about? Okay, we have a Knight of Wands here. So this may actually represent a person. The Knight of Wands is my player from the Himalayas in this deck. All right, because you see like very boyish energy. It may have like some boyish charm, but you got to be careful, because you see the snakes there, and you may not be able to see it, but that got 6 fingers on that hand. All right, so you have to be careful for anybody that may come in that is, that player energy. Okay, so again, ask the right questions. Let's get a clarifier for strength. Please clarify strength when it comes to Macy's May and June timeline. Please and thank you. Strength about. Okay, Page of Cups. Why the Page of Cups? And we have the Page of Wands here. Yeah, you are like, you feel like an on the go energy. This feels like a go, go, go energy and not the self care energy. All right, these are two pages. So it's like page energy is like right before the night. All right, page energy is like you're learning how to kind of take care of yourself better, but you're still like burning yourself out. Okay, you got spirited energy, so when you feel like picking up and going, you do that. All right, but you just have to kind of prioritize your time in this upcoming season between the rest of the month and June, because you're gonna burn yourself out if you're not careful. All right, and I was getting that with the Four of Swords. So just to reiterate that message, take better care of yourself. Get your rest. Getting sleep has not been the most steady thing. Your sleep schedule may need some, tweaking, some adjustments. Seven of Cups energy, you may need to take a meditative bath, maybe I just heard detoxing bath. You might need to detox. All right, so let's get a clarifier for Judgment, please, and thank you. Judgment. A lot of Knights and Pages. This time the Page of Pentacles, which is that's a better knight to come up here. But I just want to see if this means an actual person or situation. Because you may be deciding to, Tower. All right, so this may be a situation where you're thinking about either taking some advanced education, you may be thinking about switching careers, something to do with like a major change that's going to shake your world up. All right, you may be trying to decide that now what you should do going forward, as far as like, should you stay on your current path, or should you, learn new things, switch it up, make a major change in your life, because this is indicative of like Judgment. And don't forget, we're clarifying Judgment here. Major decision that you're trying to decide whether you should make. With the Tower showing up here, towers are not always a bad thing. All right, I know the Tower gets a bad rap as far as a negative energy. No, because sometimes things need to fall to be rebuilt. So you may be in a rebuilding phase where you're thinking about, like I said, making some major changes either in a career or major financial changes, because Pentacles has to do with like stability, finances, things of that. If that, King of Pentacles showing up here, so confirmation, money moves. You want to make some different money moves, so do it. Do it. But you can expect, definitely for June, once you get your rest, once you get some more rest, because the Four of Swords came before the Nine of Pentacles, so once you get some more rest, you can expect to feel rejuvenated. You can expect to feel like a uptick in your energy and your health. Okay, so but because this is free will always at play here. So if you decide to skip out on your rest, if you decide to skip out on your meditation and self-reflection and all of that stuff, this will more than likely turn more so into the 7 or 8 of Pentacles energy. All right, so it's all about free will. But that's what you can expect. But I feel like with this coming out the way that it is, you're going to be forced to take a step back and get rest. All right, you're going to be forced to do so if you don't do that yourself. But just generally speaking, that's what to expect as far as the rest of the month and June. Chevalier, you're very welcome, Nisi. Check back with me. Let me know. Chevalier, what are you talking about here? You're putting some random comments, and I'm not sure what they mean, or if you have an actual question that you would like to get answered. But if that's the case, hey, post it up. All right, Sarah Marie, are you still present? Um, and Marion, if you are still present as well. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, Marion's here. Hi, Marion. All right, Sarah Marie. I don't see a response. If you are still here, please, I'm just gonna clean this up. So while I'm doing that, if you're still present, please make yourself known. If not, then Marion, you are next. Okay. No questions, just statements. Gotcha. All right. Okay. I don't see Sarah Marie. All right. So Marion, let me just scroll back up to your question. And then Felicity, you would be next. Marion would like a love read for this summer. Gotcha. Let's see what's happening. Go straight to my 11 relationship deck. Okay. Let us tap in for Marion, please, and thank you, Spirit. Let's get some messages for the summer love. What's going on for 11 relationships for Marion this summer? What's happening when it comes to lusting showing up on the cut? What's happening for Marion when it comes to 11 relationships for the summer? Oh. Finality, farewells, leave behind closure. Okay. Oh, I found one that was twisted. Let's get that back up. But just to because that's funny. Divine Masculine was in the reverse there. I accidentally like reversed some cards when I was shuffling before. You may have had a different someone with the potential for divine masculine, like to be in their divine masculine energy, but just wasn't quite there yet. Perspective. Okay, we have finality, and that we have perspective that says better off, happiness, clear-headed space. So this is the energy of being able to move on from prior situations, which you absolutely should do first before you pursue anything new. Okay, if you are going through any kind of healing phase, let's say serious healing, because you don't need to be 100% healed to date and put yourself out there again. But if there is any high level healing that you need to do beforehand or need closure, okay, beware of ghosters for the summer. All right, we have running, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. All right, and I just heard don't take offense to that, because you may have had situations before where either you've been ghosted or people have not communicated with you solidly. That says a lot more about them than you. Okay, so don't take offense. Just go with the flow. That perspective, you're going to need to flex that. Okay, have a perspective of you're being protected, and this person is doing you a favor. Okay, if you have any ghosters. What else for the summer when it comes to love for Marion? Got depth here. I love this energy. Awareness, importance, and value. Yeah, whatever this lesson is, whatever this perspective, this finality, okay, it's going to add a lot of value to your life. It's going to prepare you, okay, for something more solid and more stable in the future. Okay, which is, of course, where anybody should want to aspire to before they venture on. Let me just straight. I hate like reversals in a deck. Whenever a reader has like reversals already in there instead of like just letting them fall out in the reverse position, it's like, I don't know if I jive with that message. Everything for me should be upright. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Anything else for Marion for the summer of love? Realizations and boundaries. So a lot of like, I feel like this is going to be epiphany summer for you, where you're going to have like a lot of aha moments when it comes to love and relationships. Realization says epiphanies, understandings, awakenings. Boundaries says no drawing the line enough. All right. So make sure that you have pretty firm boundaries when it comes to dealing with people. All right. Let them prove themselves to you. Let them earn your trust. All right. Don't easily give your energy away. All right. Because it's going to add to this. All right. It's going to not only build up your confidence and love in yourself, it's going to increase this depth energy. All right. Where you're going to realize that not a lot of them have much to offer. Okay. You might get like, a good number of suitors, or people interested, options, but you're going to probably see and have fun with it. Absolutely have fun. But remember, your boundaries are very important. Don't, take to heart anybody that goes or that acts in a way that's confusing. Take ghosting and confusing behavior as a no. All right. And, your perspective is just going to broaden when it comes to relationships. I feel like you're going to have at least a couple of what is it? Situations. I don't want to call it situationships. Just conversate. Okay, let's say conversations with people that kind of like start this this domino effect of realizations and epiphanies when it comes to love and relationships. So this is going to be a deep summer for you when it comes to, evolving for relationships. Okay, divine masculine showing up again. All right, so you may encounter a divine masculine, but I'm getting that they're not so much going to be like, it's not going to be something that like you just fall madly in love in the summer. No. You're probably going to meet somebody that is in their divine masculine energy for the summer, but divine masculines do not rush. All right, so be patient, take your time. Take your time with this person. They're going to want to take their time. All right. So don't rush anything and just, let it develop naturally. But that's what I'm getting for you for summer love. It's going to be an interesting one for you. That sounds good. That sounds fabulous, actually. And that is your message. But the first energy being closure, take whatever time you need to just like, anything you may be holding on to, let that shit go. Let it go. Okay, is Felicity still here? Need to wash my hair. Felicity, going once, going twice. It's so quiet in the comments, and actually, it just got like very like eerily quiet over here. Like there was like noise outside, and then it just went. Okay. No Felicity. No. Okay. If Red Thread is still present, I can take you next. I don't want to assume that you're still here because sometimes people ask questions and then they dip. So, Red Thread, if you can just, you don't have to repost your question, but just, give a little wave or say, I'm here. All right, I have some time. And then after this, I am heading over to TikTok to basically do the same thing on that platform. So if you are more inclined on that platform, you can join me over there. If not, I will be back on Sunday. Sunday will be Spiritual Gangsta Talk. I'm going to talk about, more about tarot while still doing readings. I will still do readings for the evening, but I'll probably start a little earlier, like around 7-ish. About 7-ish. All right. Are you guys not still here? Red Thread? Are you still here? Yes or no? Does anybody else have any questions? I should have put on my music. I was kind of rushing to come on, so I didn't do my vibe setup, but I'm a vibe all by myself, so I don't really need it. Oh. Am I frozen or something? Because like no other comments are coming in. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That something similar like that happened on my last live where I was like the live was frozen. If somebody could just confirm that they can still see me in real time, either a thumbs up, whatever, I don't care. Just, whoever is watching this, you could hear my voice right now. Just let me know. You can still hear me and see me. If not, I'm gonna have to disconnect. YouTube been acting real funny lately. All right. I don't see any other comments coming in, so I may be frozen or my signal is not great. Either way, I just had 333 on the timer. Either way, it's almost about that time for me to TikTok anyway. So if I'm just here talking to myself, that don't make no sense. All right, well, hopefully this is still recording in some way that if anybody goes back and watches the live, that they'll be able to see this outro portion. I will be back on Sunday, again, around 7 p.m. Eastern. If that time changes, I will post up about it. And yeah, do some more reads, talk some spiritual talk, and just chill and vibe for the evening. All right, but I want to thank each and every person that joined me on the live today. That opened yourself up for questions because it is a two-way thing. Okay, the more open you are to a reading, usually the clearer. Oh, I saw myself freeze just now. All right, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, the clearer usually your messages are. So if you are usually a very closed person, please don't expect for the reading to be super duper clear. But I try my best. All right, so I am sending so much love and light to everybody. If you can still see and hear me, which I cannot confirm with the comments being frozen. So if you can see and hear me, thank you again. I am sending so much love and light to everybody, and I hope you have a fabulous start to your weekend. And again, I will be back on Sunday, so hope to see you then.